Step forward. Place your hand on the machine.
I just can't stop. I just can't stop. This guy's like, I don't get paid enough for this.
That glove ain't gonna protect you. You belong to us now.
The famous Officer Bowles makes a cameo here, and he actually shows up a couple more times throughout the game. What's really interesting is that his eye is still scarred. It looks the same as it does in Arkham Asylum, even though that game takes place 10 years later. I kind of want to hear that backstory because there's nothing official on how he got that injury.
Welcome to Blackgate. In the wake of recent events involving one of...
Holy shit, that is lockup. Holy shit, look at the screen. Holy shit. Oh my god, they put lockup in this?
On that note, I'd like to make one thing painfully clear. Blackgate is not a place for redemption. You will find no helping hand here, no enlightened guidance. Blackgate is punishment!
I was not expecting to see Lyle Bolton, aka Lockup, in this game at all. For those of you who are new to my channel, I avoided spoilers completely for this game. I did not watch the trailers, I didn't look up playthroughs, nothing. So I genuinely did not see this coming. I'll dive more into Lockup later when we see more of him in later chapters, but from this first impression, I think he's going to be an incredible character in this game. And there's a great visual detail here too, when he says enlightened guidance. The light hits his face perfectly for just a moment. I had to turn up the contrast for you guys to see it, but look closely, you can actually see Batman's shadow welcoming us to Blackgate. And it immediately reminded me of Azrael in Arkham City. When we first enter the city, he was just already there stalking Batman, even on the right side there too. It feels like a deliberate visual callback.
Next inmate, step forward. That's far enough. Irving Malone. In for arson? Like watching him burn, do ya? Eyes forward. Arms up. Hands up. Higher. Want to see you stretch.
Why does he emphasize the word stretch like that? Alright, Officer Bowles, I'm gonna go ahead and put a coin in the thirst jar for that one.
I've never seen so much metal in a guy. Rods, pins.
A ski accident.
Let's go, wise ass.
They did such a great job characterizing Bowles in just this one scene as such a jerk. I mean, we already knew that from Arkham Asylum, but still, it's a fun reminder. And I mean, technically, he does have a point. Malone is obviously joking. The bit about him being arson in the skiing compliment is funny because, you know, it's cold. But given the benefit of the doubt for a second, and I love this small detail about how there is so much metal in his body from all the surgeries and broken bones Batman has had over the years. It's such a subtle reminder of how much physical damage he's endured throughout his career so far.
Shove off, old-timer.
What are you looking at?
I'll talk about Joe once we actually get to speak with him later in this chapter, but just keep this in mind. He's pretty much one of the first people we interact with inside this prison outside of a couple guards and one other inmate, and that's important. You can also watch him leave the scene too.
All right, Malone, this is you.
Cell, sweet cell. Think we're in B block for Batman?
Hey, sweetie.
Wake up, wake up.
What are you...
Wake up. Wake up.
Oh, God.
Wake up.
No. Honey, look at me. Look at me. What? Shh. Look at me, okay? It's all right. What's your name? Shh. Look at me. What is your name? Bruce. Bruce? What? We can't leave them. No, we're not leaving them, okay? We're not. We're just gonna go over here where it's light. Right? Gonna use this phone.
I don't have much to say other than I absolutely love the flashback scenes we get throughout this game. And I love how this is canon in the Arkham universe, that it was Leslie who found Bruce that night his parents were killed. That mirrors Batman the anime series so well with the appointment in Crime Alley. We see her hugging him in that photo. You can just tell the dev team cared deeply about the lore here. They didn't have to include this detail, but they did. And I really appreciate it as a die-hard Batman fan. And I love this line too, when she says, "Let's go into the light." What a great metaphor. Throughout history, light has symbolized clarity, truth, and hope. It represents a path forward, guiding people out of the darkness and into understanding. And that's important because this isn't just a one-off line. It's a phrase we're going to keep hearing throughout the story.
Open all cell doors on Block B.
All right. Gather intel, find out about this Rat King. I hear Falcone's built a little empire for himself in Blackgate. I'll start with him.
I do find it funny that Bruce talks to himself in his sleazy criminal voice, even when he's completely alone and could just use his normal voice. But maybe he's trying to stay in character, and perhaps as part of his mental preparation for the day.
Peekaboo. Wait. That's a command.
Oh, God. He's like, hey, good morning, sweetheart.
Hey, new guy without a rat mask on it. Got a name?
Malone. Irving Malone.
Irving? Buddy, you do not look like an Irving to me. Takeo Yamashiro. Transferred in from the Haven a couple weeks back. What'd they get you for?
Arson. Tossed a Molotov on that spot like the cops used to scare the people into thinking the Batman's gonna get them.
Setting fire to the pigsty, huh? All right. Matches. That ought to score you some points. You, running with the crew in here?
Looking to join up with Falcone.
A Roman, huh? You don't seem like the type. Guess he's looking for muscle these days. No offense.
So you know where I can find them?
He, takes a walk through the yard after breakfast. Word of warning, though. He likes his privacy. And his boys make sure he gets it.
Such a great idea to include dialogue choices in this game. Not only does it try something different for the Arkham formula, but it really immerses you in the experience. It's also smart from a design perspective, because it makes the game replayable. You'll want to go back and see the different options and see how they change the interactions next time.
I'm Wesker, Arnold Wesker.
Hey, Wesker, Arnold Wesker. My name's Woody. This here's Donegan. He ain't too happy about sharing his cell. Nothing personal, Arnold. I just haven't had a cellmate in a while. You haven't? What am I, Donegan? Chop Sycamore?
Nice to meet you two.
Arnie boy here could be worse, Donegan. I mean, he doesn't smell great, but we can fix that.
I like Woody.
Of course you do. You're no dummy.
Ooh, seeing Arnold here, who we all know will eventually become the ventriloquist, is such an interesting touch. This is clearly the beginning of his origin story, especially since Woody here is using a different dummy. And Arnold is voiced by Dwight Schultz, who also voices Professor Pig in Arkham Knight. He clearly has a talent for playing deeply unsettling characters. It's hard to read, but it says, "For a good time, call this number." And then underneath it says, "Ladies only." And then below that, someone added, "This is a male prison, idiot." Of course, it's Ricky Looselips LeBlanc from Arkham Origins, who we're about to see shortly after this. That's another coin in a thirst jar, though. There's a couple chess pieces here, and one that really stuck out to me was the knight piece. And I can't help but wonder if this is intentional. In chess, the knight is unpredictable and moves differently than any other piece. Not in straight lines, but in angles. It's strategic, unconventional. And considering we're dealing with a layered manipulation and power plays in the story, I don't think this is a random coincidence.
Make it pork robin again. Smells good.
It's my best yet. A little more grape jam than last time, and a touch less pickle juice.
Grape jam? Christ. Your food always tastes better than it sounds.
I'm an artiste. Just so happens my canvas is the pantry in this hellhole, and whatever I can find in the commissary.
There's a bit of foreshadowing going on in some of these cells. You can see that notes talking about these sessions and Dr. Quinn signing on one. It's subtle setup, but it's definitely intentional. Maybe we'll be heading there soon. They still have the same rule board from Arkham Origins. Nice, nice.
No, I said he threw him off the roof. What do you mean who? Batman. No, Batman was doing the throwing. Turn on the news with Vicky Vale.
The way they say Vicky Vale, it's so funny to me. Like in the Cold Cold Heart DLC too.
Yeah, I know, but it's Vicky Vale, man.
Falcone should count himself lucky that he only got a beating. If Bane was still here, Falcone would be broken. Bolton too. And this Rat King. Bane is Gotham City's true master. This prison could not hold him. I just don't understand why he'd leave his loyal men behind.
I really like we can hear these conversations between these prisoners who are still loyal to Bane, even though he's physically not here. It really shows that kind of presence Bane had on them. At least we're making friends in this prison already.
The perpetrators are behind bars. Gotham can rest easy.
And yet what we found on the roof of the GCPD building could give anyone nightmares. Rat just climbed up here and torched the bat signal. The bat signal. There used to be limits, you know? But if they'll do this, where does it stop? Where, indeed?
It's kind of odd, but also really interesting to hear the news talking about Batman's actions the next day. That's something we never really see in the other Arkham games, since most of them take place over a single night. But this game spans an entire week. So for the first time, we're actually seeing the aftermath, the consequences, and the public reaction. I'm no professional poker player, but if everyone at this table has the exact same cards, we might have a multiple deck situation going on. Just saying.
Hot damn, you new here? Sweet. A new fish and he ain't no shrimp. He's gonna krill it. And you gonna krill it? I know you will. Welcome to Blackgate, baby.
I feel like the next word that's about to come out of this guy's mouth will be...
I'm feeling romantical.
Just in case, I'm gonna put a coin in the thirst jar for this one.
A little privacy over here. We found contraband in your cell, Boz. Third violation.
No, hold on. Wait,
Shut up.
It was Joe from the commissary. He's the one trading contraband.
Oh, we know. Paying old Joe a visit next. Hey! This ain't no peep show. Keep it moving.
Ooh, I love this detail. They actually track where you're looking so they can turn and face you. That's such a subtle, immersive touch, and it also feels like a bit of foreshadowing. The game is quietly steering us back towards this Joe guy. The jokes just write themselves in these games.
Back off, maggot.
Whoa, easy, boss. Just need to get into the yard.
Yard's close to you. You got a problem?
That depends on who you ask.
I'm asking you, smartass, and I don't appreciate the lip.
You know, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Officer, why's the yard closed?
'Cause I said so. You want to work out? Go make someone your punching bag.
Maybe there's something I could do so you might, see it in your heart to let me through?
Penalty for bribing a public officer is a week in solitary. So you're lucky I'm a private contractor.
This whole conversation is perfect characterization for Brandon. It really reminds the player that he's a corrupt cop through and through, and this back and forth between them feels so natural. It doesn't feel like actors reading lines. It feels like a real casual conversation, and I love that. I'm actually really glad they brought him back in this game, because he was pretty forgettable in Arkham Origins.
Remember Randy Ma? He's a guard here. I swear on my mother's grave.
Wait, was that the joke that he was just talking to his mom and then he swore on his mother's grave? Okay, maybe not all the jokes write themselves. You just know this was Strife's Instagram profile picture he used.
Help you find something, friend?
Yeah. Only I don't see exactly what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
If it's not on display, then I don't got it. Sorry to waste your time, officer.
What?
You show up yesterday and already you're trying to put me in a frame. You're either undercover or you got severe brain damage, possibly both.
Oh, you got it all wrong, friend. See, I seen Bolton's goon squad roughing somebody up in the showers.
That's so.
Yeah. And they said they're coming for you next.
What the hell? What can I do for you?
Oh man, okay. Strap in for this one, y'all. When I first saw this guy right here, before I even knew his name, I was extremely uncomfortable of him just staring at me like that for a minute. And the weird thing is, I had the exact same gut reaction in another one of my favorite games. LA Noire. Quick spoiler warning for that game. You can skip to this time frame if you don't want any spoilers, but that game has been out for 15 years, so I don't feel that bad. When you reach the homicide desk in that game, one of the first people you interact with, outside of your new partner and a few other officers, is this bartender named Garrett Mason. He casually gives you some information about one of your first murder victims. From the moment I met him, something felt off. I had this gut instinct that I wasn't safe around him the entire interaction. Like he was clearly hiding a dark secret. But as the story unfolds, you slowly realize something horrifying. He was the killer all along. By the end of the homicide desk arc, when you discover his hideout, you learn he murdered all the women you previously found. He was there from the beginning, the first person you interacted with on that desk. And that's the exact same feeling I had when I looked at Joe. That kind of storytelling device where a character is introduced early and is later revealed to be far more important and or dangerous than we ever realized. This is dramatic irony at its best. It hits so much harder when it comes full circle at the end. Granted, when I saw Joe's name popped up, it all made sense. I have read the comics and he's appeared in plenty of other Batman media. But for people who don't know much about Batman lore, like my fiance, he immediately said there was something off about him when we looked at him. So the appearance and tone they gave this character really hits perfectly. And total side note, I actually been thinking of doing an LA Noire video since it is turning 15 years old this year. Not sure what I will do yet, but if that's something you want to see, let me know down in the comments. It's a really creative idea to let you decorate your cell. My fiance loved this part of this game even more than I did, but I still thought it was a very fun addition.
Know what Warden Joseph's problem was? The man was a pencil pusher, never walked a beat in his life.
Neither has Captain Bolton. Heard he applied to join the GCPD, but they rejected him. Apparently his psyche eval was, quote-unquote, troubling.
Gordon wants a soft, cuddly PD. Bolton wouldn't have been able to play by the rules.
That's why we left. And according to you, they got nicer guns in here, too.
Nice bit of lore here of what happened to the former Warden Joseph, and rumors surrounding why he was fired. And honestly, it makes sense, because in Arkham Origins, we already saw through the interview tapes and his actions that he wasn't exactly the best Warden. So this fallout feels consistent with what we already knew about him.
Got what I need?
Yeah, boss. I think one of the other inmates dropped this.
Yeah, this will do nicely.
So you're gonna let me in the yard now?
All right. But don't do nothing stupid in there. Start a fight.
I wouldn't dream of it.
How did Roger Craig Smith not at least get nominated for Best Performance at the Game Awards in 2024?
So if the Rat King arrives in Blackgate, how will we know?
He will enter this world already an inmate. Incarcerated from the day of his birth.
I don't get it. They're gonna toss a baby in here? Put him in a little orange jumpsuit?
You're thinking too literally. Birth can mean many things, brother.
I mean, they did that to poor Bane in his backstory.
Look at this. Ferris Boyle. GothCorp's CEO is slumming it in Blackgate with the rest of us rats.
Boyle, huh? Let's pop him.
Get your hands off me, Vermin.
No can do, Boyle. This is our prison, and we're gonna give you the VIP treatment.
Ooh, I love that we get to see Ferris Boyle in prison here. That's such a great detail, especially since he played a major role in my favorite DLC, Cold Cold Heart. I love this kind of continuity, and later we even hear a radio segment explaining why he's here in the first place, which is perfect for players who may never played the DLC.
They call me Bird, one of Bane's lieutenants. I'm one of the most feared men in Blackgate. And yet you walk up to me like you know me. So what do you want, fish?
You're one of Bane's guys, yeah? Think we met on the outside once.
Well, if we did, you made no impression. Yes, Bane was my master. Yes, our militia held Gotham in the palm of our hands. We robbed and killed whoever we wanted. But Batman caught me. Separated us.
Sounds like you had a nice run, but everything comes to an end.
I don't expect a street punk like you to understand. I lived most of my life behind bars. The freedom and power I've enjoyed is all thanks to Bane. We will be reunited.
Why is Burr talking like they're long-lost lovers, or like how I used to talk about Bane in Arkham Origins? I understand the whole brotherhood and loyalty angle, but the tone in his voice feels like there's something more going on between them. That said, I do love that we're getting more of Bird in this game. In Origins, he's barely had time to shine outside of his quick side mission that was pretty forgettable. So it's nice to see him expanded on a bit. I will say though, his voice is completely different. He had a noticeable Spanish accent in Origins, and I don't think it just disappears in 6 months. It's a small nitpick, and the voice actor does a solid job, but I do think they could have hired someone who matches the original performance more closely, but at least we get to high-five him all the time.
I busted out of here when the Joker took over. Sooner or later, there'll be another riot. When that happens, you'll need veteran leadership. I've done it all. Prison breaks, arms trading.
Getting captured by Batman and thrown back in here? That kind of leadership?
Hey, he was wearing some kind of super robot suit. I mean, if you even saw that thing, you'd sprinkle Tinkle in your undies.
Man, I miss Loose Lips. He's such an underrated character in the series, and I'm really glad they brought him back in this game. They did recast him, so someone took over instead of Steve Blum, and that's a bit of a shame, because Steve brought this cocky edge quality to this character that made him even more fun and memorable. That said, this new actor does an alright job. It's different, but it works.
Let's you and I take a walk. Walk.
Noticed you dropping eaves on Falcone and Captain Bolton.
What?
What? If you want to hear what they're saying, might be able to help you out.
From now on, I'm going to call this guy Whistle, because that's all he frickin' does after Falcone and Bolton finish talking. I had to restart the entire yard scene because he would not stop whistling during conversations I was trying to listen to.
Donut shop?
Right through there. Matches.
I like his little hand animation he does for acting like he's lighting a match. He did it earlier when we first met him too.
Than a week till his day of wrath. You heard his rants. The cops, the courts, the clink. Can't take this prison till I'm out of the picture. The Rat King is targeting public officials in Gotham, not washed-up mobsters in Blackgate. He only tried to kill me because he knew he couldn't take me alive. I saw it. With my own eyes, Bolton. I know who the Rat King is. Protection! You have that. As you like to point out, half the screws in Blackgate are in your pocket.
Tiger can't protect me with stun batons and bad breath. I'm asking you to share the big guns.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb. I own the shipping yards. I see what you're bringing in. Hand grenades, anti-aircraft, a freaking Gatling cannon.
What about it?
Give me what I need to protect myself.
I'm not arming you or your men.
We're all on the same team here, Bolton. Turn a blind eye tonight.
Hey! There's a rat in the wall! Get him!
Welp, saw that coming.
Yamashiro.
Yeah, cool off, Matches.
No! Abusing prisoners! That's my job.
I love how he says cool down, Matches, literally right after stabbing him in the hand. Like, come on, man. And Bolton, he's into some freaky stuff. Look at the way he smiles when he electrocutes poor Bruce. You know what? I'm putting one in the thirst jar because I don't want to unpack whatever that was.
Harvey, this is Bruce. Bruce, say hello to Harvey. Two of you are gonna be roommates.
What are you in here for?
My parents were... You?
My dad's...
Hey, what are you watching?
Grey Ghost. You seen it?
I don't think so.
Well, it's good. I can rewind this and we can watch it together.
There's an ominous presence in the air tonight, Captain.
Hey, you're okay. You're okay.
Aw, this flashback is so good. It might honestly be one of my favorites. It just warms my heart. I love seeing how Bruce and Harvey were already there for each other, even though they just met. And there's some fun lore here too. Bruce is watching The Grey Ghost, which we all know from BTAS was something he used to watch with his dad. That's probably explains why he started tearing up. It's not just the show, it's the memory attached to it.
There's a face only a mother could love. What's this one's story?
Got into a brawl with some of the other inmates until Captain Bolton intervened.
Well, live by the sword.
Where's your empathy, Harvey?
Real?
He's coming to. Let's go.
Okay. And you sure you're okay?
I'm good. Are you good?
I'm okay.
Right. Remember, Harvey, don't be angry.
I know.
Be good.
Be good.
I love this awkward take that Troy Baker gives Harvey in this game. It's such a different side of him, one we rarely get to see outside of media. The way he says "really" to her with this dumbfounded look, and then quickly says "be good." It's those tiny performance details that really sell it.
Mr. Malone, welcome back to the land of the living.
Harvey's putting his life in danger coming here. And yours.
Harvey's not a child. He knows the risks. Same as all of us.
I need to get to Falcone.
Why? So you can beat the truth out of him? You know, is it justice you're after? Or vengeance?
Leslie, spare me the sermon.
Don't use that fake voice with me.
Falcone knows who the Rat King
Or
is.
that one.
Fine. All right, Leslie.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it again. But how did he not at least get a nomination for Best Performance? He switches between these completely different personas in under 15 seconds, seamlessly. That is not easy to do. That's control, and that's pure skill and talent.
It isn't just morality, Bruce. It's strategy. You know, you're in here because what you were doing out there wasn't working. I'm proud of you for that. There are walls around people. You can't just break down with your fists. The rats would give up their lives before they give up their king.
No, not Falcone. He'll talk.
Speaking of voice acting, Mara Juno brings this incredible motherly warmth to her performance. There's something in her tone that immediately makes you feel safe. Like her presence alone is comforting, and you can absolutely feel that in this scene. The cut on Bruce's glove is still there from when Whistle stabbed him earlier. Easy to miss detail.
What's that?
A reminder.
Holy cow, they really know how to pull the heartstrings in this game. It hits even harder because we just saw that flashback of Harvey and Bruce, and now we're looking at the photos of them as kids with Leslie helping raise them. There's some great little details in here too. The Wayne Foundation Award, we actually saw that back in Cold Cold Heart DLC where Boyle was receiving it. And this last photo, the one with Harvey is pulling down his eyelid and making a goofy face, I can't help but notice that's the exact same side that eventually becomes his scarred side. The animators knew exactly what they were doing, and I love it. I really like that they gave Bruce a cover story here since, well, he's undercover. Saying he fled to the Alps, it's actually really smart. It prevents the player from questioning where Bruce is while all this is happening. Because yes, I was absolutely thinking about this while playing. Also, a nice little shout out to Lucius here.
GCR, I'm Rob Touchstone with today's financial headlines. A night of rioting by the rat cult sent shockwaves through the stock market as many investors abandoned their long-term investment philosophies by selling their shares of Gotham-based companies. Concerns about the impact of violent social unrest on productivity were captured by one investor who said that he could not risk his life savings on a business when, quote, some maniac in a mouse costume can just burn it down. Shares of Wayne Enterprises have taken the biggest hit, tumbling to a 3-year low. It didn't help that notoriously flaky CEO Bruce Wayne was absent from crucial meetings this week. Meanwhile, GothCorp continues to struggle in the wake of former CEO Ferris Boyle's manslaughter conviction in the death of Nora Freeze. Rumors of a potential buyout from Stag Enterprises might be good for the company, but shareholders should expect a significantly reduced return on their investment.
This is fantastic lore. Some players may not care about these details, but I absolutely do. It makes the world feel so much bigger, seeing the financial impact the rats are having, making everything feel more realistic. It's not just chaos in the streets, it's affecting infrastructure, money, stability. That's the kind of detail I really appreciate when devs take the time to include. It goes a long way. Alfred has some really nice handwriting. I appreciate that he just signed it with an A. That feels very him. That said, I do feel like the Tiger Guards would have been a little suspicious of this package and why the new guy already got mail. I'm just saying.
Deduct sequence initiated. Bat suit ready.
Aw, no suit montage? That's a bit disappointing.
Welcome to your cave away from cave, sir. My apologies for the limited layout, but I find the Spartan approach suits the locale. And I've done my best to provide some of the comforts of home.
Thanks, Alfred. I'll take a look.
It's subtle, but Bruce thinks Alfred much more compared to Arkham Origins, especially after the tension they had back then. That's character progression. You can feel the growth in their relationship, and I really appreciate the continuity.
I hope this little bit of home in prison is to your liking, and that you won't have use of it for long.
I'm here until I find the Rat King.
Any progress on that front?
Falcone. He claims he was attacked by the Rat King. I'm going to get the truth. He's in maximum security.
Very good, sir.
Do you think Alfred threw a party or did something completely unhinged why Bruce was gone for a week?
This symbol. I can scan and reconstruct it in detective vision. Fires will rage.
Quite a find. Cyrus Beasley documented several at the turn of the century, but lost his notes in a fire. I thought them a figment of his imagination.
It's too old for the Rat King.
I love how they brought back the symbols from Arkham City, the ones connected to Azrael, and also the Cyrus mystery we discovered in Arkham Origins. That's such a great tie-in across multiple games. It makes the Arkham universe feel connected and not segmented.
You think the Rat King can get to Falcone again?
I mean, the Romans' days are definitely numbered.
Why do you think he attacked him in the first place?
Kick the hive, shake the ant farm, stir the latrine to see what floats up.
So who you got your money on?
Criticize my page.
The Tiger Guards caring about nothing except for money seems pretty accurate.
These riot control spikes were in the floor last time I was here. Now they're supporting the roof. Blackgate went cheap on reconstruction.
Architect continuity. That's random, but I'll take it. And also it shows that Bruce remembers the details most people would overlook.
These guards have stun batons.
A shocking development indeed, sir.
Where would we be without Alfred's dad jokes and puns?
Just keep doing Batman stuff out there. I'll stay in here. Cool?
Ah, got some actual smart prisoners for a change.
This is just sad. So, what brings the Batman out to our little island retreat? You hear about the rat problem, maybe? Or maybe you're with him. Ha! Rats and bats, working together to build a new Gotham? Ha!
You know who the Rat King is. Give me a name.
Who wants to know? Is Sidekick Gordon or that goody two-shoes DA?
Answer the question.
Even if there wasn't a ballistic acrylic reinforced door between us, I ain't telling you squat. That is, unless you'd like to make a deal.
What kind of deal?
Say I tell you what you want to know about this King of the Rats. And you bring me Dent's head on a platter. The Batman still thinks he calls the shots in here. Let's leave him to, reflect.
I'll talk about Falcone for a moment. We'll see him much more later, but from this first appearance, he's pretty good. He feels like a proper mob boss. You can tell he's cocky, but still very much in control. That balance works pretty well in this game. While his design isn't super memorable, it's not boring either. The voice actor also brings a nice comedic edge with some of the jokes he delivers. I will say, I do think he laughs a little too much. I started to notice it in this scene, and it slightly undercuts his intimidation factor. But overall, I think he fits the bill.
A tape with interviews from patient sessions.
Needless to say, listening to this will run foul of medical ethics.
This is an investigation.
But that's
Alfred.
going to be a
I need
whole
all the
separate
info
video
I
once
can
we're done
get.
with the story.
Back up that last shipment.
Electric fence? Yeah. Don't they usually go outside the prison?
The Penguin put it around his fight club before we turned it into the cage. Major red flag for prison inspectors. You want gladiator-style combat? You gotta be discreet.
I'm really happy they brought Chris Fries back as Brandon in this game. He didn't have much time to shine in Arkham Origins, so it's nice to see him return here. He always had this hotshot, know-it-all attitude with authority that really works for this character.
The elevators have limited mobility, but if you align them just right...
They'll take me to the top. Thanks, Alfred.
Aw, the best dad giving his son advice. I love moments like these.
Your classic arsenal. A blast from the past, as it were.
It's so fitting, since this was technically the first gadget we ever got all the way back in Arkham Asylum, and I like the detail that half of the bat symbol glows when you turn it correctly.
Lock the watchtower door! The special guest has arrived. Keep on your toes, Tiger. We now know that the bat kills. And Batman, sorry about the security. No disrespect intended.
Bolton is growing on me. You can tell that he's a bit gung-ho when it comes to Batman, and the voice actor's delivery is top-notch here.
I came to this hole to close the books on my competitors, especially the Joker, and I can't let you stand in my way.
Black Mask was planning to blow up the entire prison and everyone in it.
It appears honor among thieves doesn't really exist in Blackgate.
Sionis never had any honor to begin with. He reveled in cruelty more than profit or power.
Batman has some solid burns sometimes. Also, nice mention of Black Mask here from the memories we find.
Capital, sir.
You just know Alfred was a soccer dad.
You're out there, show yourself!
Ooh, this is a new take on Predator mode, except now you're in the grates instead of way up high on the gargoyles. It's not that the mechanic itself is brand new, you've been able to use the grates across the series, but here, you're limited to the ground. Unlike the other games where you could almost always climb up somewhere, this forces you to stay low and adapt your approach. So shout out to the devs for getting creative with it.
May you find the peace in death that you did not find in life.
I'm not looking for peace.
That's not the same voice line we heard in Arkham Origins. These lines are a bit more intense than the ones from before.
May you find the peace in death that you did not find in life.
I'm not looking for peace.
My guess is probably they couldn't reuse the original audio, so they had to re-record it with someone else trying their best Bane impression.
What the heck is that? Are you guys talking?
Oh my god! Yes, they are. This is a pretty funny bug where the thugs keep talking, even after they're knocked out.
I'm out of my cell a half an hour, and Batman's already here. Hope you stretched. I've been doing yoga with the boss.
Somebody say yoga?
Falcone's goons can't protect him now.
Where's the Rat King, Falcone?
He's a no-show. Unless he's you, Batman. What's the Caped Crusader doing behind bars anyway?
Moving you to the infirmary.
Ah! Hey, the Bat does comedy too. Well, I'm happy to play along. Show him a good time, boys.
Not much to say about Falcone's boss fight. It actually reminds me a bit of, ironically, a Penguin's Museum fight in Arkham City, where the goons are doing most of the work. It does get a bit more creative when he pulls out the minigun and you have to dodge it. For the first boss fight in the game, I think it works. There are definitely better ones later on, though.
One last time. The Rat King, who is he?
Your mother.
Not good enough.
Fine. I got bagged. Okay, lights out. Couldn't see a goddamn thing. But when the bag came off, he was there. In the chapel.
Who?
Otis Flanagan. You know him? High priest of crazy. Lives in the walls.
Otis Flanagan is the Rat King?
He wasn't handing out business cards.
Having the Rat Catcher turn out to be the Rat King is a little on the nose, but it also raises a good question. How often do people ignore what's right in front of them? I guess we'll have to find out.
I knew you were worth keeping alive. Get a stretcher to max security. It's for the Roman. Make it silk.
Seems you've tipped the scales of power in Blackgate.
The only scales I care about are the scales of justice. Bolton and Falcone don't measure up.
Was Alfred making a fat joke there? With tipping the scale, or am I just reading way too much into it? Either way, it's kind of funny if you think about it.
Falcone claims he was attacked by Otis Flanagan in the prison chapel.
Gotham's ill-fortuned rat catcher. Could he be the Rat King?
Otis is a zealot, not a leader.
Wouldn't it be better to work with Commissioner Gordon on this?
Gordon isn't a problem. It's everyone who reports to him. Too many leaks in the GCPD.
And perhaps a few rats as well.
I need more information.
Perhaps a job for the young Miss Gordon, sir. She is eager to assist.
Fine. Get her on the computer.
Right away, sir.
Aw, he was so happy when he said that. He's so eager to invite Barbara on the team. I love Alfred.
They went that away.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's alright.
Otis Flanagan. What do you know about him?
Oh, you need my help? I thought you'd never ask.
I'm asking now, Barbara.
The file's already sent. And call me Oracle.
Wait, what happened to Barbara's design here? She had a ponytail in the last chapter. I guess she could have cut it between then, but it feels a bit random. Granted, it could be the angle of the shot, but that's clearly not her good side. Also, cute detail that she asked to start being called Oracle here.
Otis Flanagan, aka Ratcatcher. He was working pest control for Gotham until he, switched sides. Imprisoned for attempted murder. Tried to kill the guy sanitation sent in to poison rats. He got out, of course, and immediately doubled down on his new Ratcatcher persona, experimenting with electronic methods of controlling his flock. A bit Pied Piper. Then he started working for the criminal Black Mask and quickly got in over his head. Theft, assault, infestation, the usual. This got him sent back to prison where he is now. But you already knew that. Plenty of reason for him to turn to the Rat King. It's almost like his time inside is what made him a criminal, you know? Oracle out.
Thanks for that wiki page on the Ratcatcher. It's nice to get some background on him, especially since a lot of people probably don't know much about this character. He's not exactly one of the most well-known villains in Batman's criminal database compared to others.
Disguise prepared. Irving Malone. Batman, please remove your cowl.
You think the Bat Machine washes his disguise? Probably not, but it's kind of a funny thought.
No gadgets. Guess I'm taking the elevator.
This totally reminds me back in the asylum when some of the staff was held hostage in some of the cages.
Gotta escape. Cell's too small. Batman, are you making Woody talk? Gotta escape. Cell's too small. Need help. Need a friend. Need a friend.
Can I be your friend, Woody? Dr. Quinzel says I could use a friend.
That is some nightmare fuel, man. Me no likey.
You see what you want to see. It's abstract.
What's that supposed to be?
Your mother.
I think that's Perseus.
What's that?
Well, he was a hero in Greek mythology.
Why was he a hero?
He was pretty brave for starters. He went on dangerous adventures to fight monsters. But it's more than that. A lot more. What else makes a hero?
They're strong.
Mm.
They beat up bad people.
Some do, yeah. But punishing bad guys isn't what makes a hero, you know. To be a hero, you have to save people too.
The good people.
Everyone.
Wow, there's so much to unpack there. Even though we already know what she means, it hits harder knowing that Batman doesn't kill. He saves everyone, even the bad ones. I love that Leslie was the one who gave him that advice, and that it still sticks with him after all these years later.
Gotham is a laboratory. And we, its test subjects.
Falcone said Otis Flanagan is the Rat King. A stretch, but worth investigating. I'll search his cell. Then tonight, death row, where Falcone was attacked.
We'll go and investigate Otis and see if he is the Rat King in Chapter 3. What are your thoughts on Arkham Shadow so far? Let me know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to stay more connected, I post regularly on the community tab about news on Batman media, fun polls, behind the scenes, and so much more. So make sure you click that ding, 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 dong on the bell notification so you don't miss out. Also, why not subscribe and join our Bat family? Us nerds need to stick together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Stay tuned.